going to be paddling on Deep Creek, and we're leaving from Deering Preserve. Deering Preserve is one of our Volusia County conservation lands that you can find right off of Maytown Road, kind of in between Pell Road and Gobbler's Lodge. It might not be the easiest preserve to get into. You do need a permit to be able to access here, and the parking can be limited at times. So you want to make sure you kind of research before you come out here, but if you're able to make it out here, it is one of the most beautiful paddles that we have here in Volusia County.
Deep Creek is located in Deering Preserve, and Deering Preserve is inside of an area known as Farmton. Farmton is an unincorporated community in Volusia County. It is located off of Osteen-Maytown Road, not far from the St. Johns River. In 1885, this area was built up with the construction of the first railroad in East Central Florida. The railroads connected to the steamboat landings along the St. Johns River and were used to transport agricultural products to markets. In the late 1800s, this area was harvested for old growth pine and cypress. The land was also cleared for row crops, citrus, and pineapple.
Several decades later, in the early 20th century, the area known as Farmton was purchased by the Miami Corporation and its affiliates. They have managed that land ever since, primarily as a tree farm. Initially, the land was used for tapping pines for turpentine and cattle grazing. This was followed by timber harvesting for cross ties, which were used by the railroad, and saw timber, which were pines that were suitable for sawing into lumber. In 1947, the Hudson Pulp and Paper Mill opened in Palatka, which greatly changed the forest product market in North Florida. This Palatka mill, along with other new mills in the Jacksonville area, began to shape North Florida's timber industry. After that, pine trees were grown primarily for pulp rather than saw timber.
As you're paddling through here, you might come across all these roots sticking up out of the water, and what these are cypress knees. And these cypress knees help stabilize the tree and actually also help the tree absorb oxygen in these anaerobic conditions that are in these creeks like this. Some of these trees can be up to 500 years old. You won't find too many of these 500-year-old trees because most of them were removed for logging. And creeks like this were perfect to cut down these cypress trees, and they were able to flow all the way out into the St. Johns to be picked up. So these cypress trees were used in all sorts of construction, and also the knees themselves were used as tables and even lamps. They are protected now, so you want to make sure you're not cutting these cypress down without a permit and to check in with our Environmental Services Office.
One of the most common problems that we see across many species of animals, fish, marine mammals, birds, is fishing line entanglements. These become life-threatening in most cases. Dorsal fins and pectoral flippers of marine mammals can get entangled. Even if fishing line is distributed into an open garbage can, animals that scavenge in that garbage can also get entangled. So we have these bins throughout the county. They have a curved head so that other animals can't get back into them. So we ask fishermen when they're out on the docks and piers to put their unused fishing line into these bins so that it keeps it out of our waterways. This program was developed by FWC, and Volusia County partnered with FWC in 2005 on the Fishing Line Recovery and Recycling Program. We have over 200 bins throughout the county, and we have volunteers that go out and adopt each of the bins. They periodically go to the bin, they empty out the fishing line, clean it up, and they'll drop it off at a participating drop-off location. For more information about this program or to perhaps adopt one of our bins, you can go to volusiafishinglinerecycling.org.
Today we paddled Deep Creek, which connects Lake Ashby all the way down to the St. Johns River just north of Lake Harney.
We got to have a beautiful paddle, picked up some trash, learned a little history, and explored one of Volusia County's beautiful hidden gems.
I'm Trey.
I'm Debbie.
I'm Tracy.
And I'm Lisa. Thanks for watching.